Well, I'm here with my good friend Candace, advocating obviously for cures and treatments for rare diseases. And today is Rare Disease Awareness Month. And Candace came to well, she'll advocate in the Capitol. She'll tell you all about it. But we make a good team. You know, I'm a Gator, University of Florida. And I
I'm a
understand,
Seminole.
she's a Seminole, but we're working together for rare diseases. And I want Candace to say a few words, and we can go back and forth. But thanks for watching.
Yes, we go back to Rare Disease Week 2015. So I'm on my fourth year now as a
Time
patient.
flies.
Time flies.
Yeah.
And I met you right after I had repurposed a drug for my rare disease. And
Yeah.
I've been in remission now for over 4 years.
Wow.
When I met you, I hadn't even gone to law school yet. Now I'm a lawyer.
You're already a lawyer.
Working in drug development, working on
Amazing.
legislation.
Yeah.
And
You're pretty special, Candace.
you know what? We have a great relationship despite our in-state school rivalry.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, we have to work together for the good of our constituents. Now, Candace, do you mind sharing your story? I've told your story to so many groups, and it really is amazing. If you don't mind sharing your story, I would appreciate that.
Sure. So on May 1st, 2014, I was diagnosed with a rare autoimmune blood disorder called immune thrombocytopenia, or ITP. And it's where my body attacks and destroys platelets, which leaves me at risk for deadly internal bleeding. And unfortunately, there really isn't an FDA-approved treatment for my type of ITP where my body destroys platelets. So I was using steroids for a very long time. And unfortunately, I ended up with all the really negative side effects. I had teeth problems, skin problems, my hair was falling out, I was gaining weight, and it was very uncomfortable. And every time they tried to reduce my dose, my platelets would drop and I would have a bleeding episode. And so they were telling me there really wasn't anything that they could do for me.
That certainly is not the answer.
And that was not what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
So I went online and started researching the mechanism of my disease. What in my immune system was going wrong? And I figured out it was my B cells. And then I Googled drugs to disable B cells, thinking maybe there's something out there. And I came across a drug used normally for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma called Rituxan. And it was 4 infusions once a week for 4 weeks. And it shut down that mechanism in my body that was destroying platelets. And so I approached my doctors. I went to the University of Miami and did it. They agreed to it. I had shown them a bunch of data I got from fellow patients online, just asking them if they had used the drug or what they used and how they came about making that decision. And we determined it was the best course of action for me. So I've been very blessed. I was diagnosed May 1st. I was in remission by December 18th, 2014. Went to law school, graduated, started practicing, and working with you, working with other members of Congress, and driving our bipartisan message that we need to work together for more cures.
Yeah, this is a bipartisan effort.
It really is.
Yeah, and we're working together to pass the Open Act because, as you know, 95% of the people that have rare diseases, there's no cure or treatment. Now, Candace is a brilliant woman. She's a brilliant woman. I mean, she's incredible. She's relentless, and she found on her own. She did her own research, which is incredible. Went to the University of Miami and found a doctor. I guess it was a professor.
Yes.
And he administered the drug off-label.
Off-label. Mm-hmm.
But you know, these drugs, even if you do find something that works, a cure or treatment, these drugs are very expensive. So what we want to do is when we do find something like that, we want to speed up the process, the FDA process. And then we find the proper dosage as well, make sure it's safe. And then we'll have the insurance companies cover the cost, or large portion of the cost. And so this is something that really needs to be done because, as I said, there are about 10,000 rare diseases, I believe, and 95% of the diseases do not have a cure or a treatment. So we have a lot of work to do now. We passed this out of the House under the 21st Century Cures Act a couple of years ago, but the Senate did not pick it up. So we've got to start again. We've got to start over, and we're going to get this done. We're going to get this done, and but I couldn't do it without people like Candace. She's a wonderful person, and everywhere I go, I hear about a rare disease, and I research it, and and again, that's why we stay up here, Congress, to help our veterans and help those that really have a hard time, they can't help themselves. And we want to give them an opportunity to live and prosper and a better quality of life. So,
Absolutely.
so anyway, go Gators!
Go Knowles!
But we're working together. The Gators and Knowles are working together for a cure.